Dear investor, Q4 result season has just ended and Q1 result season has started almost simultaneously. Let us first look at the key observations from these result seasons. Q4 FY20 ended with only technology, PSU banks, healthcare, and FMCG companies delivering growth. Overall, the quarter saw a PAT degrowth of 22% for Nifty companies, and this is in spite of the lower taxation that was paid in the quarter four over same quarter of last year. With this, what we have seen is that index EPS has remained in a narrow band between financial year 14, where the EPS first time crossed 400 to 406, and financial 20, which has ended with an EPS of 470. We expect to see a decline in financial 21 to 461 levels. It is only in FY22 when we expect index EPS to grow across 500 levels to 561. In the month of July, quarter 1 financial 21 result season also started. This was expected to be a washout quarter given that a large part of the quarter the country was under lockdown. However, first few results have come in better than expected. Some companies have delivered strong profit growth, and that's been a big surprise. This has continued to cheer, and the market has remained buoyant. IT sector companies like Infosys, Wipro, HCL Tech have delivered results which were better than expected. Banks like HDFC, Federal, and Bandhan, FMCG companies like Britannia and HUL, all surprised positively. ACC in cement delivered results and reported strong margin improvements. In most cases, the surprise element has come from lower operating expenses, in some cases even lower employee costs, and in some cases lower logistic costs as well. Benign commodity prices have helped. In businesses such as cement, the lower energy costs have helped massively. Energy is a large component of cost in the cement production, and lower fuel prices, lower crude prices helped there. This space also benefited from lower logistic costs. So benign commodity prices have helped both staples and the cement spaces. The companies also saved quite a bit of money on advertising and marketing expense. Financials have benefited from lower interest rates also, which have helped cushion spreads. Moratorium amount was seen to be substantially lower versus quarter four, and this is a positive. While we must still understand that GNPS can shoot up towards quarter three and quarter four. Insurance companies have delivered degrowth in new business momentum but delivered better margins. Now, in insurance, life insurance companies saw a margin increase because of better product mix. They have sold more of insurance product versus ULIPs, and that mix change has resulted in better margins. General insurance businesses saw lower claims in motor insurance and better sales in health insurance, and delivered a combined ratio which was lower than 100. Companies have saved on lower sales incentives, which are mostly towards growth achievement. So while since this was a degrowth quarter, the sales incentives probably did not have to be paid off. To take care of the logistic issues, what we have seen is companies focused on their best-selling items. A small part of the portfolio accounted for a large or an even larger part of overall sales, and that helped keep costs in check and save on logistics also. We have seen companies which were able to respond quickly to the ground situation do very well. Britannia is a case in point here. Overall, lower taxation has helped. This is the last quarter where, on a YOY basis, there would be a tax rate reduction over the same quarter of the previous year. From quarter two, that benefit would no longer be seen. Now, there are some negative takeaways as well. Retail companies have seen a sharp cut in profits on lower sales and hence large negative operating leverage. As the result season goes progresses, we do expect India Inc. to overall report a profit drop of 30 to 40% in quarter one.